Hi, Scorpio. This is Lost Twin Tarot. My name is Colette. If you've never viewed me before, this is a general reading for March the 11th through the 17th. Sorry. Um, just remember to take the pieces that resonate and leave the pieces that don't. When I was meditating on your cards, I was getting a few different things. The first thing I saw um, was a camel. I know that sounds odd, but it isn't too odd for a Scorpio because I mean honestly, camels they store water in their humps and camels, I mean, have you if you- I mean, it's I don't know if many of you if you've ever ridden a camel before, but they're very, very tall. And when you get on one of them, you're almost like you feel like they're very, very gentle. And a lot of people don't know much about camels, and I feel like that's kind of how you are, Scorpio. Some because you're so you're mysterious, you keep a lot to yourself, but you're very, very hardworking. And Scorpios tend to keep, they just like camels, they work in those extreme hot conditions, like in the desert. They walk in that hot desert and they keep that water in their hump. And I feel like that's what you do a lot, you know. Um, and you just keep that information to yourself. Um, the other thing I saw was, um, you know, uh, you could be trying to learn a new language. You could be working on that, or you're trying to just learn new hobbies. You're like interested in learning hobbies. The other thing I saw was it's almost um like I kept hearing um I almost like a phrase like I'm nobody, I'm no one. And I almost felt like it was like a feeling like you don't know who you are, and that's why you try to do these different things. And but I feel like almost in a way like you do know exactly who you are, and almost like in a way you're like the alpha male or alpha female in a lot of ways, and you almost feel like you're not, but in actuality you are. Like, and when you go places you almost feel like you're the awkward one out of the group, but in actuality you're the alpha. um and you don't even realize it, because you're just kept to yourself. um the other thing was is that I saw like a big quilt, like one of those like old timey quilts, like with all the patches on it. And I felt like that was almost saying like maybe you're knitting a quilt, maybe you have like a quilt like that's passed down in your family, maybe you are knitting a quilt. Um, and I felt like that was maybe like if it was like significant in a way, like almost like that quilt was almost like saying like each patch was like trying to, like tells a different story about you. Or it's almost like you wanted to have a quilt like that that tells each story of your life. Like you wanted to make sure that you have a quilt like that that symbolizes different tales of your life. Like you want to be able to spend time um traveling or doing things like that. I feel like in a way, Scorpio, you feel like you work too much in a way and you don't have time to do those things that you want to do. I feel like sometimes you feel like you get lost in your identity of work sometimes. On the bottom of the deck uh you do have the Lover's card. On the bottom of the clarification deck, you do have the Five of Swords. So let's see what we have here. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Emperor. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups with the Three of Wands. The Three of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. The Two of Pentacles with the Hangman. We have the Devil with the Nine of Cups. The King of Swords with the Six of Wands. And the Eight of Cups with the Emperor. Alright. And we'll do some further clarifications, Scorpio, as well. Alrighty. And I'm sorry if I keep like moving and adjusting, but I just need to get a new chair and I'm like sitting on like a booster donut. All right. With the Three of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups. And, the Knight of Cups is also about, the Knight of Cups, Three of Wands is also about, I'm trying to get this to where I have like no light on it. It's just, I'm trying to get it just right. Here we go. The Three of Wands is about, it's about expansion. It's about putting plans into action. He's also he has that red on, so he's almost like kind of like a pre-emperor status. He's putting those plans into action. He's made plans. He's trying to move them forward. He's trying to get them off the ground. Some people say this is about like, his ships coming in, but he's also, it's almost like he's headed towards, those ships are actually moving away, but he's actually starting to head towards them. He's actually trying to head towards what he wants. The Three of Wands can also represent, change in geography. So you could be, actually physically moving. You could be, changing your, the end of, this is can be the end of, something that was like stagnant. If something's just been kind of, you do have the Hangman here. So if something's been kind of like stuck for a while, this can be the change of it. Or you've been just wanting to get things, going. I mean, you have the Knight of Cups here. The Knight of Cups is about, it can represent that knight in shining armor. But the Knight of Cups is also about, going after your dreams, going after what you want. I feel like you have, an idea of what you want. You have plans, we all have dreams and everything. And I feel like you're just kind of almost at this point where you're, kind of, you just have like, you're kind of chomping at the bit a little bit to where you really want to get things moving. You really just want to put them into action. You really don't want to wait much longer. This can also represent travel also. You could also be dreaming of a place where you want to travel to. You have the Queen of Swords, and you have that with the Three of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords, that represents, clarity. That represents truth. It also represents, listening. It also is like being opening to new ideas and everything else. That you have that with the Three of Pentacles. So this can represent, you collaborating with somebody. This can represent, work or, just being within a group in general. This can represent you within your family or just a partnership in general or, really pretty much anything like that. But it does represent, you coming to terms with, something that can be kind of like a realization, but you being open to their ideas, they being open to your ideas. It also represents, something that's kind of can be a little bit eye-opening as well. But you also receiving kind of recognition about something. The Three of Pentacles represents, recognition, almost like, they really like your ideas, something that they really don't even think of. Sometimes Scorpio people can almost, um, you might feel like in a situation where things seem so obvious and in a situation and, people kind of, it goes right over your head and you feel like, are you the only smart person in the room? I feel like sometimes as well, with that card. Um, you have the Hangman, and you have the Two of Pentacles with that. The Hangman, it says that a sacrifice has been made, or you're making a sacrifice. It also says that this is about just like kind of just you've been waiting around for a long time. Or this can also represent something that's just kind of like stuck at a standstill. The Two of Pentacles can represent, something that's kind of just been up and down, up and down. You're just kind of waiting, it kind of moves and then it goes stop. And then it moves and it stops. This could be something that has to do with, you feel like things are going, in your favor. And then, all of a sudden it's like, this could have to do with money. Money's coming in and then it stops. Money's coming in and then it stops. It feels like, things just seem like, they just never seem like they're the way you want it. Or if this is like a work situation, things are kind of going good at work and then they're not. if this has to do with work as well, you could be kind of having like maybe reflecting on what you should do in a work situation. We'll do some further clarifications as well. You have the Nine of Cups with the Devil. I feel like this is saying that, you could be the Nine of Cups is all about, wish fulfillment. And I feel like almost in a way, the devil, that's all about, things that you're kind of bound to. And I feel like almost in a way you're not letting your wish fulfillments come in because you're, almost bound to different things. You could be bound to almost you could be overworking and you're like, well, I gotta work. But that's true. We all gotta work. But this could be a sense where almost like um, maybe you just need to put down your phone and just need to just kind of just time out from technology. Or maybe this is something where you just need to spend a few extra minutes, something can, just something can wait. Maybe do you really have to, work on, you know, that, do you really have to work on, I don't know, something? Do you really have to do that load of laundry right now? It'll be there, tomorrow. I mean, anything like that. I mean, take it how it resonates. I mean, I feel like, the only way you can get your Nine of Cups is if you can almost, experience. Now, the Nine of Cups is an energy where you almost have to feel the energy. Um, I know this sounds kind of ridiculous, and I'm almost like kind of, I mean, I mean, I guess I'm not embarrassed, but it's whatever. But I have a portable, I have a portable, like fireplace that I got for like $60 at Walmart, and I stick it in my shower area because it gets so cold in my shower like my because it's like all tile, and I put it in there and I pretend like I'm like like I make it look like it's fancy in there, and that's kind of like the energy to make it look like you're like you feel rich, you feel good, that type of energy. And I feel like you need to kind of separate yourself from, you know kind of overworking, not that burnout, which really, resonates with, some of your past readings I've done for you, Scorpio. You have the Six of Wands and you have that with the King of Swords. I feel like this is you really mastering your ability and your skills, Scorpio. I feel like you're starting to realize that you are you are competent in your skills and abilities, but not only that, I feel like you're starting to realize that you are almost overqualified in a lot of the things. Like I said in that meditation, I said that, you might not feel like you are like the alpha female or the alpha male, you know, but in a lot of ways you really are. I feel like sometimes you might feel like you're almost awkward in a situation, but in actuality, you actually, people are actually, they're actually looking at you like you actually have something that they want. And you don't even realize it. People could actually be quite jealous of you because of your abilities. You could actually be making more money than them. You could have a nicer home than them. You could be more qualified at work than them. You could be just a lot further in life than they are. You could be just doing, you could have a lot more than they have, and you might not even know it. You could just be genuinely all around more. Just have just a more better emotional like state than they are. Some people like they're falling apart in life, and you just seem like, your attitude in general with, at work or wherever you are, you might just have a genuine all around better attitude, and that can make people jealous as well. When you have a good attitude about certain things or a carefree attitude, that makes people mad as well because they don't like that you feel better about things. You have the Emperor and the Eight of Cups. I feel like this is you. This could be a few different things. Take it how it resonates. This could be you walking away from something in a higher power. Whether this is you walking away from a job or something in a something like that. Whether this is, you could be walking away from, something that doesn't serve you. If you're not getting along with a higher up, whether this is a father figure or something like that, um, maybe you're having something like that going on. I'm not really getting that here though. I feel like this is more of like you kind of taking back your power with this reading. I feel like you're starting to realize that have the, you're getting more confidence, you have more power. You have more power than you realize. I feel like you're kind of always felt like you're kind of more at the bottom of the totem pole when in actuality you're much further in life and much further in your career or much further just in general. Um, than you think. That emperor, he has, armor underneath his robes there. And, it's almost just barely peeking out. I feel like what this is saying is that, this is kind of a way for you to say, well, people don't know much about me because I keep things to myself. But at the same time, I'll pull it out if I have to. I'll show it if I have to. If people, give me any BS. We'll do some further clarifications and see what we have here for you, Scorpio. What's the Knight of Cups with the Three of Wands? With the Knight of Cups and the Three of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is saying, out with the old, in with the new. You're starting to get that fire back. You have the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom as well. So I feel like you're really starting to go after what you want. You have the Knight of Cups and the Three of Wands, so you're really starting to get that drive back. That's all about, feeling excited about something. You're starting to, get that fire back in you. With the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom, but you also have the King of Cups. So this is, that can represent you for sure. You could be dealing with an air sign, that Queen of Swords. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Gemini or a Libra, but that could represent you all working together. You could be working together with that Three of Pentacles energy. What's the Two of Pentacles with the Hangman for Scorpio? You have the Ten of Pentacles again, and you have the Temperance card. Yeah. So I feel like this is really, the ending, this stagnancy. I feel like you're just kind of hanging around. This Two of Pentacles is, up and down, up and down. I feel like Temperance is finally, turning a situation around. I feel like you've been patient, Scorpio, for a long time. I feel like things are starting to finally kind of, make a positive into a negative for you. I think you're starting to see that you have the Ten of Pentacles twice on the bottom of the deck. What's the Devil and the Nine of Cups for Scorpio? You have the Six of Pentacles on the bottom. You have the Magician. Um, with the Magician showing, I feel like um I mean, just to be on this, I would be um watch for any type of manipulative energy from this Scorpio with that Devil and that Magician, just in case. The only reason why I say that is Six of Pentacles on the bottom, that can represent you have, like I said before in this reading, that you can have something. Six of Pentacles is about, balance and everything, but it also represents, you know you have a skill that um it represents you having a skill that somebody else, that other people don't have. Um, so I would just watch, the Magician and that Devil. That can represent some manipulative energy around you, um, or some toxic energy. Somebody trying to steal your Nine of Cups. I would just, kind of watch around. Somebody trying to rain on your parade or anytime something good. I just kind of watch that. What's the King of Swords and the Six of Swords for Scorpio. You have the Page of Pentacles and you have the Seven of Cups. I feel like what this is saying is that you are making the right decisions. I feel like you've been, you're really winning in a situation. You're making and you've made the right decisions. I feel like this is also saying where others have made bad decisions. Um, you've been making all the right decisions. You've taken time to choose the right ones. Maybe in the past you've made kind of bad decisions. I mean, we all have. I don't want to say bad decisions, but maybe, they weren't the right decisions at the time. But I feel like, now you're, making, you've made the good decisions and it's kind of really paying off. If this is, and you have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom, which means that the decisions that you've made in the past, they're paying off for the long term. What's the Emperor and the Eight of Cups for the last card for Scorpio? You have the Strength card and you have the High Priestess on the bottom. Yeah, I feel like this is showing that you have great strength. You always have had great strength, but not only that, you just see that yourself is just getting stronger along the way through all your journeys. The High Priestess on the bottom, just like how I said that with the his armor hidden under there. The High Priestess is also your subconscious too. And I feel like, it's almost like Scorpio, you're kind of getting you're almost gaining you're gaining more strength out of a situation because of what you're going through. But I also feel like your subconscious is kind of telling you um when to be like more when to be you're being more intuitive about a situation, but it's also telling you kind of when to show that armor, um and when to hold back. I feel like in a way you're starting to realize, it's showing you, you have the strength, you have the power, and it's kind of allowing you to kind of, giving you that push from the universe to kind of be able to, with that Eight of Cups, it's telling you, you have the power to walk away, you have the strength to walk away, you have the strength to move forward, you have the strength to do that. You don't have to stay stuck. I feel like it's telling you, that you're stronger than you think, you have more power than you think. And I feel like it's kind of giving you that nudge. Um, and with that High Priest, it's like, what remains to be hidden is hidden, but also, your intuition is going to lead you to where it needs to lead you, but it's all going to come out because of how well you've done so far. It looks like a good reading to me, Scorpio. Um, I'm going to leave it there for you. Thank you so much for viewing me today. I really appreciate it. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until then, enjoy your week, and I hope to see you real soon. Thanks. Bye.